Miner's log, day 3, still carving out of clay. So I started finding a process is working really good. This thing is worth its weight in gold because I don't have to hammer the hell out of that thing. I can actually just grab it and just kind of push down like that and chip away and just kind of slide down. So you see I'm starting to get some really nice edges down around here, get some edges around here. So I'm actually starting to form out some true shelves now. Again, it's still a far cry from being perfect, but it is significantly better. So my attempt is to try and get somewhat of uniform shelves going around. So I'm just going to keep on just chipping away until I get a solid-ish shelf, and then chipping away to get that top shelf. And I'm just going to try and do it through 2 shelves maybe. And then over here, I'm thinking I'm probably going to put biofalls there because that's just such a nice little cutout to be able to put that, or not the biofalls, the skimmer. I might be able to just notch out right there and drop that skimmer in right over there. And honestly, once this is leveled out, this might be the best spot for the waterfalls, maybe even over in here. Still not sure yet, but progress is going slowly but surely, painfully. This is just going to be days and days and days of just carving out, and just gonna make the best of it while my wife is enjoying her fish, just feeding her fish little by little. And those koi are definitely excited to get over here. This is kicking my butt, but as you can see, it is starting to look like a pond. The swing of every shovel and the stroke of every chisel makes me feel like Michelangelo creating this great sculpture. It's assuming that Michelangelo was a sculptor. I don't know, I'm trying to sound smart here, but it is definitely getting there. This is starting to make me happy. Again, still just a lot of work to do, but the more I'm carving out, the more square footage I'm getting in there, and the more it's starting to look like a decently formed pond. I don't think it's ever going to get perfect, but it may be as good as what I'm going to be able to get it. So again, we'll just keep on cracking over the next couple days and go with it. I have been digging for 5 days straight. The pond is coming together. I think I'm almost at the point where I'm kind of almost sort of finished with the inside. Just got to start grading the outside. I got another piece of the puzzle today. You're gonna see my skimmer here. One of my friends actually had a spare skimmer that he got in a package deal with some other stuff he ended up never using. So I got a brand new Savio filter skimmer. This is the compact version. And you're gonna see inside here. Just got to get everything cleaned up, get everything mounted up, but I'm hoping this should do good. He said he wasn't too sure this was going to be big enough for my pond, but it should be right around 2,000 gallons. I think that this thing is rated for 5,000 maybe, but now I got to find a pump that is going to fit in this because this doesn't have a huge pump housing, and I'll show you why I need a pump. As you can see, it's raining outside. So I don't feel like going outside and getting wet, but if you can see, there is a good bit of water inside the pond already. I'd say that there's probably at least a foot to almost 2 foot of water in the pond already from the rain. It's supposed to be raining for the next 2 or 3 days straight, so I'm not gonna be able to do any work on this once it dries out until I get a pump to get the water out. Unfortunately, everything is going to be a complete muddy mess. But this is going to give me a good idea of where I need the grade from where the water's sitting. Fish are loving the rain. Water levels getting a little high here, but it really still just amazes me how crystal clear this water is for me not knowing what I was doing and doing everything bare minimal. Guys, this is just a canister filter with UV light, over filtered, I would say, for this size of pond, significantly over filtered for this size of pond, with just 2 aeration pucks in there and a pump at the bottom. So we're going to do something a little bit different on this one with the skimmer and biofall setup, and see how it goes. But that's a little update after spending the last 5 days straight, 3 hours a night after work, cleaning up some ledges, and we're gonna see what it looks like with a little bit of water in it before we drain it out next and determine how much of a mess I'm really gonna have. You're gonna see a whole nother hill of dirt right there. That's just me cleaning up shelves. And got some miscellaneous plants and some other junk. Said I wasn't coming home with another fish, but my daughter said there was a koi that spoke to her soul that I couldn't leave without, so we ended up leaving with another freaking fish. So as you guys can see, it's been raining for about 2 days straight here. I have exactly 2 foot of water in this pond right now. The goal today is to get all that water out of the pond with the pump I bought yesterday, and get this to the point where once everything dries up, hopefully by tomorrow, I can start leveling everything out and place the skimmer and the waterfall in place. So let me see if I can figure out how to get enough extension cord over to the pond. And actually, you know what, I forgot I had this really long one. That one will actually work out good. Then get the extension cord over there, get the pump hooked up, and see how good this pump sucks out. Of a spare flexible hose, I think I'm going to drop the pump in over there, suck everything out, and drop it over in that corner. There's a swale over there, so I can let the water collect in over there and not make as much of a mess as dumping it out in this area. So got 20 foot of electrical cord, and then I got a long extension over there, so we're going to drop this guy in here and see what it do. Hopefully got enough. Yeah, I should have enough hose, and hopefully I could drop it in there far enough without falling in. All right, and we'll get the hose. Let's make it rain. All right, see some water coming up through. All right, we have water flow. So we'll see if we can direct the water down here a little bit and flood the rest of my yard. Now, so that is a 3,000 gallon per hour pump. The only reason I got that small of a pump is because that Savio skimmer I got, the compact skimmer, says it supports a maximum of 3,000 gallon per hour. I got a big 26-inch Atlantic biofalls filter, so I don't think that this is going to be enough gallon per hour pump for everything I want to run. Between running the waterfall and circulating the pond enough, I don't know it's going to be enough, so I'm going to try it with just the pump and the skimmer. If that's not enough, I'm pre-drilling another bulkhead into the waterfall to run another pump down at the bottom, maybe up into the other side. I would say at least another 3,000 gallon per hour, if not 4,000 gallon per hour, and then we should be getting some really good flow with that. But I am going to be relocating this canister filter. This canister filter, I'm actually going to dig into the ground over here a little bit. It's going to make it easier for cleanouts, because right now I use that hose, shoot it out the side and along the wall here, and just kind of drain it out again into that swale. So I'm figuring I'm going to dig it into the ground over here. I'm going to be pulling this landscaping out probably quite a few feet now. I'm going to throw that canister filter in there, have that ready for dump out, and again have the skimmer there. And I'm probably going to put the waterfall here, so again I'm just going to be able to shoot all that water out there for cleanouts. All this rock is going to be coming up. I'm going to be redoing this on this pond and cleaning it up again. Kind of didn't know what I was doing. Still don't think I really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it, but I'm going to try and get all this landscaped out a little bit nicer so everything kind of flows together rather than this thing just looking like a big pile of rocks. Actually, this is a good example why I got a skimmer this time. I didn't really get a lot of debris in this pond. You're gonna see I did scoop out a little bit earlier. Something happened yesterday with the storm, and a bunch of crap blew off the trees, and you will see a little bit of surface debris on the pond right now. You see a bunch of stuff in this one, so I'm hoping the skimmer is going to alleviate all that. Again, it doesn't happen often, but because it's been raining the last couple days, I guess it must have got windy at some point and blew around a bunch of leaves and crap. So skimmer should help out significantly for that, so I'm glad I did that on this pond, and I'm probably going to regret not doing it on that pond. I may continue to just kind of scooping up with the pool net, but I don't know, maybe these will be linking one day. Maybe I'll put a skimmer on that. I don't know. That's kind of how this stuff goes. I've been running maybe 5 minutes, if that. You see we're starting to see the bottom. I probably got about another 8 inches or so of water in there, and then she'll be all sucked out. As much as I'm probably going to be able to get without worrying about running the pump dry. The rest I can get out. That's what I had that bucket over there for. So she did a good job. Again, a little bit over 5 minutes or so to get that pumped out, and now we'll be rocking and rolling, ready to go for tomorrow. Now that I see with a little bit of weight in, I can see where some sharper objects are. Right there, you're gonna see one that there's probably a rock right there, so I'll get that out. But again, this was a good value add exercise. Make sure it's filling in pretty level. I figured down there was pretty good and level. Up here is where I'm gonna have to do the work. Okay, so now I gotta get all this stuff to the back of the house. I'm probably going to put it in the shed to get it out, but here's the waterfall setup I went with. This is to support I want to say 4,000 gallons maybe they rate this for. So just have a whole bunch of miscellaneous fittings in here for the drains and the bulkheads. Filtration, I got some bags in there. I'm probably going to put some bio balls in there. We'll go ahead and get this in the back, and we'll start planning this out for this week's install. All right, so we are now Tuesday, a whole nother week later than last time I started this up. So I'm thinking that this thing is just as good as I myself am going to be able to get it on the inside. So I think I'm calling it quits on the inside. I got everything all sweeped up, got the hard edges away as much as I could. I got a spot dug away over there for the skimmer. And I think that that's a little on the low side, so I'm probably going to fill that in with dirt a little bit, bring it up a little bit higher once I figure out my water line. Decided I was going to notch out a little bit in that bottom shelf for a cave. I'm going to put a piece of flagstone over top there, and it's not a big cave. It's not going to fit a lot of fish, but it's better than nothing. Worst case scenario, I may just throw another piece of flagstone over top over here and just kind of make 2 little areas. So my goal today is to get this liner rotated around to the right direction, get it inside the pond, and start smoothing it out a little bit. And as you're going to see, I started leveling a little bit around here. I still got to get a little bit more topsoil, but I'm going to try and level it out around here. Made a little bit of notch to drop some rock in and back tuck the liner up through here, and then pull the liner up and put some pavers or flagstone or something like that on top of it. So that's what the goal is for today. At least get the liner in, and then I'm going to flip back a little bit and kind of work on my work on leveling everything once the liner is actually inside the pond. But I want to get this nice and protected and kind of hope for the best. That was the worst part about doing, well, I don't know if the worst part, the digging's the worst part. This part is tough to do, period, let alone to do by yourself. So I was able to get the underlayment in. I'm gonna have to throw some rocks around to kind of keep the creases tucked, and then get the overlayment in without pulling everything back in, which is going to be a pain in the ass. And then hopefully I can kind of work my way out and tuck some rocks as I go. We're going to see how that goes, fingers crossed. So I got really creative. I just pulled corner by corner and pulled it across. I got it in there. Now is the fun part of getting everything set in there, getting the folds out, making it look kind of pretty, getting it kind of even. I got a little bit crooked here. So now it's just getting all muddy and slippery and getting everything worked out here. It actually wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be getting it in there, but I at least got a base here. Hopefully I didn't pull the liner or the underlayment inside the pond too much. I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I did, because yeah, the underlayment or the underlayer is still there. So all right, cool. I'm gonna just keep on tugging away, and I'm gonna start from one end and just kind of place some rocks as I'm tucking folds and bring it up this way and figure it out. Actually, I might start this way and work down this way. I think that'll be better, because Here's going to be our point of view all the time, so I'll be able to hide all that stuff with rocks.